Chapter 1. The Power of Purpose in Your Career. Every morning, millions of people wake up, get dressed, and step into a world that demands their energy. They clock in, complete tasks, follow orders, and wait for the day to end. Then they go home, eat, maybe rest, maybe worry, and repeat it all the next day. But here's the question most never ask.
Why?
Why are you doing what you do? Why are you spending your time, your life, this way? Are you working just to survive? Or are you working to build something that matters? Chapter 2. The Strength to Keep Going. Health as Your Foundation. You can have the biggest dreams, the most powerful purpose, the deepest motivation. But without health, physical, emotional, and mental, your dreams stay locked inside of you. Let's be honest. We live in a world that celebrates working hard, hustling, pushing yourself to the limit, sleeping less, doing more. But what's the point of success if your body is exhausted? What's the value of reaching your goals if you're too tired, too anxious, or too broken to enjoy them? Health is not optional. It's essential. Health is not something you fit into your life. It's the foundation that holds everything else up. Your energy, your mood, your ability to think clearly, work smart, and live fully. It all starts with your body and mind. Think of yourself like a machine. Even the most powerful machine fails if the oil runs dry or the parts are worn out. You're no different. And yet, we ignore our health for years. We tell ourselves, I don't have time to cook. I'm too tired to exercise. I'll sleep more on the weekend. I'll go to the doctor next month. Until one day, the machine breaks, and now everything stops. The day Maria collapsed. Maria was a single mom, working 2 jobs. She barely slept, ate fast food in the car, lived on coffee and stress. People called her a superwoman. She was proud of her strength until one day, her body said enough. At work, she stood up too fast, felt dizzy, and collapsed. The doctor's diagnosis? Extreme exhaustion, dehydration, and high blood pressure. Her body wasn't asking anymore. It was demanding rest. In the hospital bed, Maria cried. Not because she was scared, but because she realized she hadn't taken care of the most important thing in her life, herself. That moment became her turning point. She didn't quit her job, but she changed her rhythm. She started preparing simple, healthy meals. She walked every morning. She stopped saying yes to everyone. She started saying yes to herself. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. And slowly, Maria returned, stronger, clearer, happier. Because when your health comes first, everything else gets better. The 3 pillars of health. Let's break it down into what really matters. 1. Sleep is sacred. Your brain resets when you sleep. Your body repairs itself. Your emotions stabilize. Without good sleep, you're not fully yourself. You're more irritable, more forgetful, less motivated. Aim for quality, not just hours. Turn off screens earlier. Keep your room dark. Respect your bedtime as much as your paycheck, because in truth, it pays you back daily. 2. Eat to nourish, not just to fill. Food is fuel, not just flavor. When you eat well, your brain works better. Your mood lifts. Your energy lasts. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need a strict diet. But you do need to pay attention. Start with this. Drink more water. Eat something green every day. Don't skip meals, especially breakfast. Cut back on sugar and processed food, little by little. These are not small changes. They are acts of self-respect. 3. Move your body like it matters, because it does. You don't have to run marathons, but you do have to move.
Walk, stretch, dance,
lift. Movement is medicine. It clears your mind, strengthens your heart, relieves stress. Even 20 minutes a day makes a difference. Make it part of your routine, not just to look better, but to feel better. The mind needs care too. We talk a lot about the body, but what about the mind? Stress, anxiety, pressure, they build up quietly. You smile on the outside, but inside you feel like you're drowning. That's not normal. And you don't have to carry it alone. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health.
Talk to someone.
Write in a journal. Breathe deeply. Say no more often. Set boundaries. And above all, be kind to yourself. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to feel. You are allowed to slow down. You do not need to earn your right to peace. A challenge for you. For the next 7 days, try this. Sleep at least 7 hours per night. Drink 1.5 to 2 liters of water per day. Walk for 20 minutes, even if it's just around your house. Eat 1 healthy meal a day. Say 1 kind thing to yourself in the mirror. It may feel simple, but simple does not mean easy. And easy does not mean unimportant. This is the beginning of a stronger, healthier, more powerful you. Your career gives you purpose, but your health gives you the power to pursue that purpose. Take care of the engine. Feed the flame. Because the best version of your life is waiting for the strongest version of you. Backhand index pointing right in the next chapter, we'll explore another critical part of your journey. How to create real financial freedom, even if you start with nothing. Are you ready to take control of your money and your future? Chapter 3. Freedom in your wallet. How to master your money and change your life. Close your eyes and imagine this. You wake up on a Monday morning. You stretch. You breathe. And you feel no anxiety in your chest. No panic when checking your bank account. No fear of late bills or unexpected expenses. You feel calm.
Why?
Because you're in control. Because money no longer controls you, you control it. Now, open your eyes. That vision is not a fantasy. It's not only for the rich. It's possible for you. But first, you have to do something most people never do. You must learn to respect your money and yourself. The lie we're told. Since we were young, many of us heard this phrase. Money doesn't bring happiness. But let's be honest, not having money brings a lot of pain. It brings stress. It breaks families. It destroys dreams. It makes people accept jobs they hate and stay in toxic environments. Money may not guarantee happiness, but it gives you choices. And freedom is the foundation of a happy life. So, let's replace that phrase with a new one. Money gives you the power to build a life on your own terms. But how? How do you go from surviving paycheck to building real financial freedom? The answer isn't win the lottery or get rich quick. It starts with clarity, commitment, and small decisions repeated consistently. Step 1. Know where your money goes. You cannot control what you don't understand. Take a deep breath. Open your bank app. Grab a notebook. Look at your last month.
Ask.
How much did I earn? How much did I spend? What did I spend on? How much went to things I don't even remember enjoying? You might feel uncomfortable,
Guilty.
embarrassed. That's okay. Awareness is not judgment. It's power. You are not weak for not knowing. You are brave for finally looking.
Now write it down.
Create 3 simple categories. Needs: food, rent, transport, medicine. Wants: dining out, streaming services, new clothes. Leaks: impulse buys, subscriptions you forgot, fees, wasted spending. That last one? Leaks? That's where your power is hiding. Step 2. Give every euro a job. Imagine your money as a team of workers. Some build the house. Some buy the food. Some help you relax. But some just wander, lazy, lost, wasted. From now on, no euro leaves your pocket without a mission. Create a simple budget, not to punish yourself, but to protect your dreams. Example: rent, 30%. Food, 20%. Bills, 10%. Transport, 10%. Fun, 10%. Savings, debt, investment, 20%. Adapt these percentages to your reality. But always include one thing. Pay yourself first. Even if it's 10 euros per month, start saving. Even if it's 5 euros, build that habit. You are not poor when you earn little. You are poor when you spend without purpose. Step 3. Escape the debt trap. Debt is like a heavy backpack you carry every day. The longer you carry it, the more it steals your energy, your hope, and your future. If you're in debt, it's not the end. It's just a signal. Something needs to change. Here's how to begin. List every debt: how much, to whom, interest rate, and minimum payment. Pick one, either the smallest to feel quick progress, or the one with the highest interest to save more money. Focus. Pay the minimum on all others. Attack the chosen one with everything you can. When one is gone, move to the next. This is called the snowball or avalanche method. Also, negotiate. Call your creditors. Ask for better terms. More often than you think, they say yes because they'd rather receive less than receive nothing. Step 4. Build a money mindset. Most financial problems are not caused by numbers, they're caused by beliefs. If you believe, "I'll always be broke. People like me don't get ahead. I don't understand money. It's too hard," then your brain will find ways to prove that belief true. So change the belief.
Try this instead.
I am learning to manage my money. Every day I grow wiser and more in control. I deserve financial peace, and I'm building it. Write your new belief on paper. Read it every morning. You are reprogramming your mind, and that is powerful. Step 5. Start creating new income. Most people think, if only I earned more, my problems would disappear. But if you don't manage €1,000 well, you won't manage €10,000 either. That said, yes, more income helps. And yes, you can create it. Ideas. Sell what you no longer use: clothes, electronics, books. Offer a service: cleaning, cooking, babysitting, translation, tutoring. Learn a skill online: design, writing, video editing, virtual assistant. Share your knowledge: create a course, ebook, or YouTube channel. Start small. Start scared. But start. Your talents are not accidents. They're tools. Use them. Real freedom looks like this: being able to say no to a toxic job because you have a safety fund. Sleeping better because your bills are paid. Helping a loved one without fear. Investing in yourself without guilt. Watching your savings grow and thinking, "I did this." This isn't about becoming a millionaire. It's about becoming someone who owns their choices and their future. Your 7-day challenge. Over the next week, do one small action each day. Track every cent you spend. Create your 3-category budget. Find one expense to cancel or reduce. Save your first €5. Call a debt or bill company to ask for better terms. Brainstorm 3 new income ideas. Read your new money belief out loud. Repeat this weekly. Watch your confidence grow. This is your financial foundation, and it's only getting stronger. You don't need to be rich to feel free. You need to be intentional,
Disciplined.
courageous. You can master money, and when you do, everything else becomes easier. In the next chapter, we'll talk about emotional strength, how to build resilience, overcome fear, and keep going when life gets heavy. Because a strong body and a stable wallet are important, but without mental power, you'll always feel like something's missing. Chapter 4. The Hidden Power Within. How to build emotional strength that lasts. Some battles happen in silence. No one sees them. No one claps for your effort. But they're there, inside your mind, inside your heart, and you fight them every day. There are mornings when your body gets up, but your soul doesn't. There are nights when you lie in bed surrounded by people, yet you feel completely alone. There are conversations where you smile, and no one knows you're breaking inside. This chapter is not about pretending everything is fine. It's not about wearing a fake smile or forcing toxic positivity. It's about something much deeper, much more powerful. This is about the strength you've already shown, the strength you're still building, and the strength you'll need to face what's coming. Because the truth is simple, but hard to accept. You are not weak, you are tired. You are not broken, you are healing. You are not lost, you are becoming. And in that becoming, there is something beautiful waiting to rise. Your emotional power. Your unshakable inner strength. What is emotional strength? Let's break the myth. Emotional strength doesn't mean being happy all the time. It doesn't mean ignoring pain, avoiding sadness, or pushing fear away. Emotional strength means feeling everything and still moving forward, being honest about your struggle and still choosing hope, failing and still standing back up, not knowing what tomorrow holds, but trusting yourself anyway. Emotional strength is not about never falling. It's about learning how to fall and rise again with grace, with patience, with wisdom. And it's something anyone can build. Yes, even you. Where emotional strength comes from. We often think strength comes from big victories, from success, applause, or moments where everything goes right. But that's not true. Real strength is built in the quiet moments, when no one is watching and you choose not to give up, when you're tired and you still try one more time, when your heart is heavy and you choose kindness anyway. Think about your past. How many times did you survive what you thought would break you? How many days did you show up even when you felt empty? That was emotional strength.
You just didn't call it that.
Let's give it the name it deserves. Step by step. How to build unshakable emotional strength. 1. Feel to heal. Don't run from emotions. We live in a world that teaches us to stay strong by avoiding pain. But here's the truth. What you avoid doesn't disappear. It grows in the dark. Every emotion you ignore becomes a weight inside your chest. Eventually, it shows up as anxiety, anger, or exhaustion. So stop running. Sit with your feelings. Listen to them. Ask yourself, what am I really feeling? Is it sadness? Or is it loneliness? Is it anger? Or is it fear? Name the feeling. Welcome it. Don't judge it. Say to yourself, it's okay to feel this. It doesn't make me weak. It makes me human. That's the first step toward becoming emotionally strong, learning to be honest with yourself. 2. Control the voice in your head. You are always listening to something, your own thoughts. If your inner voice is always critical, you're not good enough, you'll fail again, you're a mess. Then of course you'll feel small, scared, or stuck. But here's the truth. Your thoughts are not facts. They're stories your mind creates, based on fear, old wounds, or things people said to you long ago.
So ask,
is this thought helpful? Is it true? Would I say this to someone I love? If not, replace it. Turn "I'll never succeed" into "I'm learning, and every step counts." Turn "no one cares about me" into "I'm worthy of love, even when I feel alone." Turn "I'm a failure" into "I'm a fighter, and fighters get back up." Every time you challenge a negative thought, you make your mind stronger. And emotional strength starts there, in the words you say to yourself, especially when no one's around. 3. Learn to let go without guilt. One of the hardest things you'll ever do, and one of the strongest, is to let go. Let go of people who hurt you. Let go of outcomes you can't control. Let go of the past that you keep replaying. But letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means making peace. It means saying, this no longer defines me. I choose to move forward. It's not weakness to walk away from what's hurting you. It's wisdom. It's courage. It's growth. So, ask yourself, what am I still holding that is not helping me heal? Then give yourself permission to release it. 4. Take radical responsibility for your life. You cannot always control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. That's where true power begins. People with strong emotions don't blame the world. They don't wait for someone to save them. They stand up and say, this is my life. I will not waste it waiting for perfect conditions. I will create my own path, even if I have to walk it alone at first. So start asking, what can I do today to take one step forward? What small habit can I build that will make me stronger tomorrow? What excuses do I need to leave behind? Even one step matters. Even one choice can change your direction. 5. Surround yourself with energy that lifts you. Emotional strength is hard to build when you're constantly around people who drain you. Pay attention. Do your conversations inspire you or exhaust you? Do the people around you support your growth or keep you small? Are you allowed to be vulnerable, or are you forced to wear a mask? Your environment shapes your energy. So start creating an emotional ecosystem that feeds your soul. Seek friends who listen deeply. Follow content that inspires healing. Spend time with people who believe in your potential, not your past. Protect your peace like it's a treasure, because it is. 6. Develop emotional rituals. You brush your teeth daily. You eat daily. But how often do you take care of your emotional health? Start building emotional habits. Here are some simple but powerful ones. Morning check-in. Before checking your phone, check your soul. Ask, how do I feel today? What do I need? Evening release. Journal what stressed you, what you learned, and what you're grateful for. Breathe breaks. 3 minutes of deep breathing can reset your nervous system. Affirmation anchors. Use phrases like, I am safe. I am enough. I am growing. Say them aloud until they become part of your identity. You don't need hours, just intention. These rituals are not luxury. They are maintenance for your emotional engine. 7. Be gentle with yourself on hard days. Not every day will be powerful. Some days, surviving is the win. Some days, your only victory will be, I showed up. I didn't give up. That's enough. You don't have to perform to be valuable. You don't have to achieve to deserve rest. You are allowed to be a work in progress and a masterpiece at the same time. So on the days you feel small, slow, or sad, remember, you are not failing, you are feeling. You are not behind, you are building. You are not done, you are developing. That's what emotional strength looks like. Final words. You are the storm and the shelter. Inside of you, there is a storm, passion, pain, power, chaos. But also inside you, there is a shelter, calm, wisdom, grace, light. Emotional strength is not choosing one or the other. It's learning to hold both. To be a storm when you must fight, and to be a shelter when you must rest. You have survived things that many couldn't. You've grown in silence, healed in pain, and kept going when no one clapped. That is not weakness. That is warrior energy. That is power. And now, it's time to rise fully. Not with force, but with faith. Not with noise, but with clarity. Not to prove your worth, but to live it. In the next chapter, we'll explore the emotional power of relationships, how to build deeper connections, how to protect your energy from toxic ones, and how to create bonds that support your growth. Because emotional strength is not just about what happens inside you. It's also about who you let into your life. Are you ready? Chapter 5. The Company You Keep. How relationships shape your strength, peace, and future. You can be doing everything right. Eating healthy, working hard, meditating, reading books, dreaming big. But if the people around you drain your energy, doubt your vision, or make you feel small, you will feel stuck. Because nothing influences your growth more deeply or more silently than the relationships you allow into your life. Some people are vitamins. Others are poison. Some give you wings. Others build your cage. And here's the part most people avoid. Sometimes the hardest part of growing is outgrowing people you once loved. But the truth must be faced. And in this chapter, we will face it together. You become who you're around. We've all heard it. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It's not just a catchy phrase. It's emotional reality. Think of your energy like water in a cup. Every conversation either fills your cup or spills it. Every connection either builds your strength or steals it. Pay attention. Do you feel energized after talking to someone? Or drained? Do they encourage your growth? Or remind you of your limits? Do they celebrate your wins? Or compete in silence? The people around you are shaping your self-worth, your dreams, your emotions, your future decisions. So be careful with who gets close. Because not everyone who smiles at you wants to see you win. Recognize the 3 types of relationships. To protect your peace, you must learn to recognize what kind of energy people bring. Most fall into these 3 categories. 1. The builders. These are your people. They support you, even when you doubt yourself. They see your light, even when you feel dark. They speak life into your dreams and remind you of your worth. Being around them feels safe, honest, energizing. They want to see you grow, and they're not threatened by your success. Keep them close. Water these relationships like a precious garden. 2. The neutrals. They're not toxic, but they're not nourishing either. Time with them feels flat. They neither challenge nor uplift you. They're often stuck in patterns of comfort, fear, or gossip. If you spend too much time here, you stay emotionally still. Not broken, just blocked. Not lost, just quiet inside. Limit your time. Be kind, but protect your fire. 3. The drainers. They criticize you when you shine. They remind you of your past when you try to change. They gossip, compete, or control, always pulling you back into old patterns. Sometimes they even call it love. But love doesn't belittle. Love doesn't cage. Love doesn't ask you to shrink so someone else can feel bigger. Let them go with peace, but with clarity. Why letting go hurts, and why you must do it anyway. Here's something nobody tells you when you start healing. You'll lose people. People who were part of your past, but not aligned with your future. People who liked you better when you were tired, confused, or easy to manipulate. People who don't know how to love the growing version of you. Letting go is hard. You'll doubt yourself. You'll grieve. Sometimes you'll even feel lonely. But here's the truth. Temporary loneliness is better than permanent betrayal. A quiet room is better than a loud one filled with people who don't see your worth. And the space you create by letting go, it allows the right people to finally arrive. How to build healthy, deep connections. If you want to feel emotionally safe, seen, and supported, you have to build that world intentionally.
Here's how. 1.
Set clear boundaries. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors. They tell others, this is how I want to be treated if you want access to my life. Start practicing. I don't accept yelling, even in anger. I'm not available for gossip. My time is valuable, and I protect my peace. If they leave because of your boundaries, they were never here to respect you, only to control you.
2.
Be real, not perfect. Deep connection starts where performance ends. Don't just share your highlight reel. Share your fears, your doubts, your dreams. Vulnerability says, this is who I really am. And it invites others to do the same. You don't need to be liked by everyone, just deeply known by a few. 3. Match energy, don't chase it. Stop chasing people who don't show up with the same effort. Friendship, love, support, it must go both ways. If you're always the one calling, caring, fixing, apologizing, that's not connection. That's imbalance. Let people show you who they are and believe them.
4.
Invest in people who grow with you. Look for people who love learning,
who are also healing,
who talk about ideas, not just people. Those are the ones who will inspire you, not just entertain you. Build your tribe with intention. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table, even if they've known you forever. Final reflection. Choose peace over approval. One of the deepest shifts in emotional maturity is this. You stop needing to be liked and start needing to be at peace. Because no relationship is worth losing yourself. Not a friend, not a lover, not even family. When you protect your peace, you teach others how to treat you. When you honor your worth, you change the way the world responds to you. And when you surround yourself with love that feels like sunlight, you rise faster, stronger, and with joy. What's next? In the next chapter, we'll talk about the most powerful decision you'll ever make. Creating a vision for your life and building the discipline to bring it to reality. Because now that you've found your emotional strength and cleared the wrong people from your path, it's time to dream boldly and move with focus. Your life deserves direction. Your dream deserves structure. And you deserve more than just survival. Chapter 5. The Company You Keep. How relationships shape your strength, peace, and future. You can be doing everything right. Eating healthy, working hard, meditating, reading books, dreaming big. But if the people around you drain your energy, doubt your vision, or make you feel small, you will feel stuck. Because nothing influences your growth more deeply or more silently than the relationships you allow into your life. Some people are vitamins. Others are poison. Some give you wings. Others build your cage. And here's the part most people avoid. Sometimes the hardest part of growing is outgrowing people you once loved. But the truth must be faced. And in this chapter, we will face it together. You become who you're around. We've all heard it. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It's not just a catchy phrase. It's emotional reality. Think of your energy like water in a cup. Every conversation either fills your cup or spills it. Every connection either builds your strength or steals it. Pay attention. Do you feel energized after talking to someone? Or drained? Do they encourage your growth? Or remind you of your limits? Do they celebrate your wins? Or compete in silence? The people around you are shaping your self-worth, your dreams, your emotions, your future decisions. So be careful with who gets close. Because not everyone who smiles at you wants to see you win. Recognize the 3 types of relationships. To protect your peace, you must learn to recognize what kind of energy people bring. Most fall into these 3 categories. 1. The builders. These are your people. They support you, even when you doubt yourself. They see your light, even when you feel dark. They speak life into your dreams and remind you of your worth. Being around them feels safe, honest, energizing. They want to see you grow, and they're not threatened by your success. Keep them close. Water these relationships like a precious garden. 2. The neutrals. They're not toxic, but they're not nourishing either. Time with them feels flat. They neither challenge nor uplift you. They're often stuck in patterns of comfort, fear, or gossip. If you spend too much time here, you stay emotionally still. Not broken, just blocked. Not lost, just quiet inside. Limit your time. Be kind, but protect your fire. 3. The drainers. They criticize you when you shine. They remind you of your past when you try to change. They gossip, compete, or control, always pulling you back into old patterns. Sometimes they even call it love. But love doesn't belittle. Love doesn't cage. Love doesn't ask you to shrink so someone else can feel bigger. Let them go with peace, but with clarity. Why letting go hurts, and why you must do it anyway. Here's something nobody tells you when you start healing. You'll lose people. People who were part of your past, but not aligned with your future. People who liked you better when you were tired, confused, or easy to manipulate. People who don't know how to love the growing version of you. Letting go is hard. You'll doubt yourself. You'll grieve. Sometimes you'll even feel lonely. But here's the truth. Temporary loneliness is better than permanent betrayal. A quiet room is better than a loud one filled with people who don't see your worth. And the space you create by letting go, it allows the right people to finally arrive. How to build healthy, deep connections. If you want to feel emotionally safe, seen, and supported, you have to build that world intentionally.
Here's how. 1.
Set clear boundaries. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors. They tell others, this is how I want to be treated if you want access to my life. Start practicing. I don't accept yelling, even in anger. I'm not available for gossip. My time is valuable, and I protect my peace. If they leave because of your boundaries, they were never here to respect you, only to control you.
2.
Be real, not perfect. Deep connection starts where performance ends. Don't just share your highlight reel. Share your fears, your doubts, your dreams. Vulnerability says, this is who I really am. And it invites others to do the same. You don't need to be liked by everyone, just deeply known by a few. 3. Match energy, don't chase it. Stop chasing people who don't show up with the same effort. Friendship, love, support, it must go both ways. If you're always the one calling, caring, fixing, apologizing, that's not connection. That's imbalance. Let people show you who they are and believe them.
4.
Invest in people who grow with you. Look for people who love learning,
who are also healing,
who talk about ideas, not just people. Those are the ones who will inspire you, not just entertain you. Build your tribe with intention. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table, even if they've known you forever. Final reflection. Choose peace over approval. One of the deepest shifts in emotional maturity is this. You stop needing to be liked and start needing to be at peace. Because no relationship is worth losing yourself. Not a friend, not a lover, not even family. When you protect your peace, you teach others how to treat you. When you honor your worth, You change the way the world responds to you. And when you surround yourself with love that feels like sunlight, you rise faster, stronger, and with joy. What's next? In the next chapter, we'll talk about the most powerful decision you'll ever make: creating a vision for your life and building the discipline to bring it to reality. Because now that you've found your emotional strength and cleared the wrong people from your path, it's time to dream boldly and move with focus. Your life deserves direction. Your dream deserves structure. And you deserve more than just survival. Chapter 6. The Vision. Stop surviving, start building. There comes a moment, not loud, not dramatic, when you look at your life and whisper, "This can't be it." You wake up.
Work. Worry. Repeat.
You feel something deeper inside you aching. Not for attention, not for money, but for meaning, for freedom, for direction. You don't want to just wake up. You want to wake up for something. This is the chapter where things change. Wake up from the fog. Many people are alive but not fully awake. They function. They smile. They scroll. But their soul is numb.
Why?
Because they're living life on autopilot, doing what's expected, what's easy, what's familiar.
No visión.
No direction. No reason to get out of bed with fire in their chest. When you live without vision, life becomes just something you survive. You weren't born to live like that. You weren't born to repeat days. You were born to create them. The pain of staying the same. Let's be honest. Change is scary. Growth is uncomfortable. But you know what's worse? Waking up 5 years from now in the same place, with the same regrets. Think of this. What dream have you been postponing for later? What project do you keep starting and stopping? What kind of life would make your younger self proud? Now, ask yourself, what will it cost you to keep waiting? Sometimes we fear failure so much that we forget. Staying stuck is also a form of failure. Define your vision, or others will define it for you. If you don't decide what kind of life you want, someone else will decide it for you. Your boss, your parents,
Society. Fear.
they will tell you what's realistic, what's normal, and what you should do. But here's the truth. A life designed by fear feels safe until you realize you're not living it. You don't need anyone else's permission to start dreaming again. But a dream without clarity is just noise. So, let's make it real. How to build a clear vision. Take out a notebook. You're not just reading now, you're building. Answer these questions with honesty, not fear. What I want my ideal day to look like. From the moment you wake up to how you work, eat, live, love, rest. What kind of work would I do if money weren't the issue? Don't filter it. Let it speak. What kind of people do I want around me? Think values, not just hobbies.
Who lifts you up?
Where do I want to live? What environments make me feel alive? What kind of freedom do I crave? Time, emotional, financial? What version of myself am I trying to become? Be specific. Stronger? Calmer? More creative? More fearless? Now pause. Look at what you wrote. That's your direction. That's your why. That's your North Star. Now comes the hard part, discipline. Everyone has dreams. Few have systems. Motivation is loud. Discipline is quiet. Motivation gets you started. Discipline builds your life. So, let's talk about how to translate vision into structure. Make it daily, or it doesn't exist. If your dream isn't in your daily routine, it's not your dream. It's just a fantasy. So ask, what daily habit brings me closer to that vision? What one small thing can I do today, even for 20 minutes, to build it? What must I remove from my day that steals my energy and time? Examples. You want to write a book? Write 1 page a day. You want financial freedom? Learn and track your money. You want emotional peace? Cut toxic people and practice silence. You don't need massive changes. You need small things done daily, with intensity and love. You'll want to quit. Do it anyway. Discipline isn't always pretty. Some days you'll feel tired, lonely, unmotivated. You'll hear whispers in your mind. What's the point? I'm not good enough. No one sees me. But here's the secret. You don't need to feel inspired to stay committed. Champions don't win because they feel good every day. They win because they do the work, especially when it's hard. Real freedom doesn't come from ease. It comes from effort, over time, with heart. You deserve more than just fine. Stop calling it okay when your soul is screaming for more. Stop calling it normal when you feel numb inside. You weren't born for a life of silent desperation. You were born to build something that reflects your truth. You don't need to be the smartest or the richest. You just need to be willing. Willing to try again. Willing to keep going. Willing to believe that you matter and that your dream does too. Final words. It's time to choose. Not someday. Not when you're ready. Today. Choose discipline over distraction. Vision over comfort. Growth over fear. The next 5 years are coming anyway. You decide if they're full of regret or results. So take the first step. You don't need to see the whole staircase. Just move. Chapter 7. The War Within, Fighting Doubt, Distractions, and the Fear of Being Seen. There comes a time on every journey when the biggest enemy is no longer outside. It's inside. You've made progress. You've started showing up for yourself. You've taken steps, some small, some bold. But now, a storm is coming from within. And if you're not prepared, it will knock you down harder than failure ever could. The voice that whispers, "You're not enough." It shows up quietly at first. You're tired. You missed a day. You looked in the mirror and didn't see results yet. Then it starts. Why are you even trying? Other people do it better. You'll never finish this. Who do you think you are? This voice lives inside all of us. It's not always loud, but it's persistent. And if you listen to it long enough, you'll start to shrink, to doubt, to hesitate, to stop. But here's the truth. You are not your doubts. You are the one who can choose what voice gets to stay. You can observe the fear and still walk through it. Distractions are designed to steal your power. Let's be honest. Most of the world is built to distract you. Social media,
News. Gossip.
notifications, all fighting for your attention, your energy, your focus. Because if you're distracted, you're easier to control. You stop thinking deeply. You stop building. You stay stuck. You say you don't have time, but how much time did you spend scrolling today? You say you're too tired, but how much energy did you waste on other people's opinions? Your focus is your most expensive currency. Protect it like your life depends on it, because it does. Every time you choose silence over noise, books over scrolling, action over comfort, you become more powerful. Rebuilding after falling off. You will fall off track. Everyone does. That's not failure. That's being human. But the ones who rise again quickly and consistently, they're the ones who win. Here's how to rebuild.
Forgive fast.
Don't waste time in guilt. Own it and move forward. Reconnect to your why. Read your vision. Say it out loud. Lower the bar. Do something small today. Walk, breathe, write. Move your body. Shake off the mental fog through movement. Start before you feel ready. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. The comeback is always stronger than the setback, if you let it be. The fear of being seen. Here's something no one tells you when you start changing. You will trigger other people. They will say, "You've changed. You think you're better than us? Why are you doing all that? Just enjoy life."
They're not really talking about you. They're talking about themselves.
Your growth forces them to face their stagnation. Your courage highlights their fear. Your light exposes their shadows. And not everyone is ready for that. But that's not your problem. You were not born to live small just so others feel comfortable. You do not need to dim your fire to protect their comfort zones. Let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them laugh. And then let them watch as you build something they can't ignore. The mirror test. Tonight, before bed, stand in front of the mirror. No filters. No lights. Just you and your reflection.
And ask this.
Am I living the life I said I wanted to live? Am I building or just dreaming? Am I hiding or stepping forward?
Be brutally honest.
Because real change doesn't come from reading books. It comes from facing your truth, even when it's uncomfortable. Motivation fades, but honesty builds discipline, and discipline builds freedom. This is not the end, it's the middle. You've come far, but you're not done. You're not even close. This chapter isn't the finish line. It's the fire in your lungs. It's the weight in your legs. It's the moment where people quit, but you don't, because you've tasted what it feels like to rise.
And now,
You refuse to sink again. Final reminder. You are already becoming. Even if you don't see the results yet. Even if you still feel like a mess sometimes. Even if no one claps for you. You are becoming the kind of person who finishes. Who creates. Who leads. Who lives on purpose. So keep going. Not because it's easy, but because the alternative is regret. And you didn't come this far just to stop here. Chapter 8. The secret is in the routine. Build the life you want, one day at a time. You want freedom? Success? A body you feel proud of? A mind that doesn't torture you at 3 a.m.? You want peace, control, confidence. Then stop looking for a magic solution. Because the secret isn't out there. It's in your routine. Your life is built in the dark. The person you admire, that author, athlete, entrepreneur, or artist, they weren't made on stage. They were made in the dark. In the early mornings. In the late nights. In the lonely hours when no one believed in them yet. They became who they are when it was hard to keep going, and they went anyway. And that's available to you too.
right now.
In your home. In your silence. In your decisions. Your morning is a battlefield. You wake up every day with two voices. One says, stay in bed.
You deserve to rest.
Just a little longer. The other whispers, get up. You have a life to build. Which one wins? The one you feed. Here's the truth. Your morning sets the tone for your entire day. If you start in chaos, you carry chaos. If you start in strength, you carry strength. Design your morning like your future depends on it, because it does. No phone for the first 30 minutes. Drink water. Breathe deeply. Move your body even for 5 minutes. Review your goals. Say something kind to yourself. You're not doing it to be perfect. You're doing it to remind yourself who you are. Habits are invisible builders. No one claps when you skip the junk food. No one cheers when you study instead of scrolling. No one sees you going to bed early or turning off the TV to read. But the results will speak for you. Every time you make a small, positive choice, you're laying bricks. They may look like nothing at first, but one day, you'll wake up in the castle you built from your habits. Success doesn't scream. It whispers through your discipline. How to stay consistent when you want to quit. There will be days you don't feel like doing anything. That's normal. You're human, not a machine. But you don't need to feel motivated. You need a system. Here's how to stay on track. Prepare the night before. Lay out your clothes, plan your food, clear your space. Make it easy to win. Start small. Tiny wins beat big excuses. Track your progress. Use a notebook, an app, or just a checklist. Have a reset ritual. When you fall off, don't wait. Have a plan to bounce back. Surround yourself with reminders. Quotes, goals on the wall, playlists that light you up. You're not lazy. You're just overwhelmed. A system brings clarity. And clarity creates momentum. The power of saying no. If you want to be great, you have to start saying no. No to distractions. No to gossip. No to last-minute invites that don't align with your goals. No to staying up late for no reason. No to anything that steals your focus without giving something back. Saying no isn't being rude. It's being clear. Every yes to something meaningless is a no to your future. Make your environment work for you. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems and surroundings. Ask yourself, does your environment support your growth? Or is it silently sabotaging you?
Clean your space.
Keep your tools ready. Create a corner for your focus. Have water nearby. Keep your phone out of reach when you need to think. Design your space to match the person you are becoming. Results take time, but you are already changing. You won't see it overnight. You won't feel proud every day. But if you're showing up, even just a little, then you're already winning. Some days will feel boring. Some days will feel heavy. But every day you keep going is a day you move closer to freedom. The most dangerous thing you can do is wait until you feel ready. You're already ready enough. Final thought: turn ordinary days into extraordinary growth. You don't need a big break. You need better Tuesdays, stronger Wednesdays, focus Fridays. Stop chasing excitement. Start building consistency. That's how empires are built. That's how habits become character. That's how you stop surviving and start leading. Your future self is already watching you, grateful that you finally decided to rise.